where it's given that root over of this one, root over of a square minus b square plus a by root over of a square plus b square plus b, and this is divided by root over of a square plus b square minus b by a minus root over of a square minus b square. We need to express the given expression into the given algebraic expression into its simplest form, right? So how to solve it, let us see, right? Whatever you can do, you can just take the first part initially. Okay, the first part is this one, right? And later on this is divided by the second part. So second part of the expression we'll try to simplify it separately, and thereafter divide the simplest form of the first part with the simplest form of the second part. Okay, so whatever is there into the first part, that is root over of a square minus b square plus a by root over of a square plus b square plus b, right? So what we can do, just rationalize it. When you rationalize it, since root over of a square plus b is here, just multiply it with root over of a square plus b square minus b, because you can see this plus sign. So this plus sign is there, right? So that's why we have just on rationalizing, you can see this is multiplied and divided by the conjugate of same, right? This is the functionality of rationalization, right? And what are the benefits, let us see. Since we have written it like this, you can see the the denominator is into the form of, if this is x, if this is y, then you can see this is x and this is also y. Why I am writing x and y? Because you can understand this is into the form of x plus y denominator, and this is into the form of x minus y. So you can see x plus y and x minus y, when you multiply it, it will be coming into the form of x square minus y square, like this, right? So this is the underlying concept over here, so which will be following, right? Hi K for K, Oi, hi Wagner. So just do the next step. In the next step, you can see root over of a square minus b square plus a, this will be as it is multiplied with root over of a square plus b square minus b, isn't it? And this is divided by a x plus y x minus y. So a square plus root over of a square plus b square will be written as it is, right? And square of this a plus b a minus b, a square minus b square. So we will be using the same formula, minus b whole square. I hope this step is clear to you, right? We followed the same as written into the black, right? Going to the next step. Into the next step, we are with root over of a square minus b square plus a into root over of a square plus b square, after that minus b, right? And whole is divided by, you can see this root is squared, so only a square plus b square is left and minus b square. So now we are having the benefit of rationalization. On rationalizing, we come to the denominator is coming like this, and here you can see b square will be cancelled out using the different pen to show you, right? So this will be coming as root over of a square minus b square plus a, this one, into root over of a square plus b square minus b, and whole divided by a square. So this is the first term, the value of the first term. Okay, this is, and this is divided by the second term. What is the second term? Second term is this one, root over of a square plus b square minus b by a minus root over of a square minus b square. Let us solve the same. So I'm just writing it over here first using the different color now. So the second term, root over of a square plus b square minus b by a minus root over of a square minus b square. What you are seeing over here, I just copied the same into the second step. Okay, so this was the second part. So now rationalize this also as we did for the above one, the first part. On rationalizing, you can see this is minus sign, just multiply it with its conjugate, right? Now we are having a plus root over of a square minus b square multiplied into the numerator and into the denominator. You can see here the sign was minus, right? So that's why we have taken a reverse of this, because this is the basic steps of rationalization, right? Now you can see if this is x, this is y, then x minus y by x plus into x plus y will be equal to x square minus y square. So whatever we did over here, you can see highlighted into black color. So we'll follow the same over here and rationalize the second term of this expression, right? Sorry. So when you just multiply it, you can see root over of a square plus b square minus b will be as it is. So root over of a square plus b square minus b, this is multiplied with this one, a plus root over of a square minus b square, and whole will be divided by, you can see a minus b, a plus b. That means if this is x and this is x, then x minus this one y and this one y. So x minus y, x plus y will be equal to x square minus y square, isn't it? Let me highlight into different color. Let me use the green pen over here. I hope you understand. Just follow the denominator, because the benefit of rationalization you will be having when you just multiply the numerator and denominator with the conjugate of the denominator. So here we are left with a minus b, that means a square will be there into the denominator, isn't it? Minus b square, that means root over of a square minus b square whole square. So this will give you root over of a square plus b square minus b into a plus root over of a square minus b square, right, divided by a square minus, and this root is squared, so this root will be eliminated. So into the denominator we are having minus a square plus b square, because this minus is also there, so you need to consider it. So here you can see a square and a square will be cancelled, right? And what we are left with, we are left with root over of a square plus b square minus b multiplied with a plus root over of a square minus b square, right, whole divided by b square. So student, whatever we have derived, this is the value for the second term. the second term. And for the first term, this one, which was into the numerator, because this was divided by this one. We calculated the second term now, and initially we have calculated the first term. And the value of the first term was this one, right? So just put up the value over here. So the first term value was, let me write it over here, root over of a square minus b square plus a multiplied with, and just copying the same over here, whatever we have derived for the first term, into root over of a square plus b square minus b divided by, I hope this is visible to you, this one, this is divided by a square, right? This was the first term, and this is divided by the second term. What was the second term? The second term we have arrived with root over of a square plus b square minus b. Let me squeeze it. I hope this is visible to you now, right? This is visible to you. Yes. So the first term is simplified as it is, as shown into the green, and the second term, this one, is simplified as this one. So just put up the value. So a square plus b square minus b will be into the denominator, multiplied with a plus root over of a square minus b square, right? And this is divided by b square. So students, you can see over here that root over of a square plus b square minus b and root over of a square plus b square minus b. So this is cancelled, right? And this is multiplied with a plus root over of a square minus b square. And here also a plus root over of a square minus b square. So this is also cancelled, right? And we are left with what? We are left with this b square into the denominator of denominator will go into the numerator, and this a square is already into the denominator. So this is equal to b square by a square. This is the simplified version. This is the simplified version. Simplified version or simplified form of what? Of root over of a square minus b square plus a by root over of a square plus b square plus b divided by root over of a square plus b square minus b by a minus root over of a square minus b square. So this is your answer. The second part of the question, it is asked that what is the square root of your simplified version? That means simplified form of the given expression, this one can be written as it is, this one, b square by a square. Now when you take the square root, then the square root of b square by a square, right? This will be coming as b by a. So b by a is the b by a is the square root of what? Of root over of your main expression, that is root over of a square minus b square plus a by root over of a square plus b square plus b divided by the second part that is root over of a square plus b square minus b divided by root over of a square minus b square and a minus root over of a square b square. So for the given expression, the square root is b by a, and this is your answer. So I hope you like the solution, students. If you find it useful, you can like it, right? So the given expression is simplified to b square by a square. We have seen it, and when you take the square root of that, it is coming as b by a, right? So Wagner, RIP, K4KA, all hope you understood this, and just if you find it useful, you can like it, and most welcome for the subscription. Thank you so much. Bye bye.